What's up, folks? It is July 14th, 7 in the morning. Bitcoin just hit an all-time high of $122,000. That kicks ass. I figured this would be a good day to do my summer 2025 Zen's Orchard update. Now that I have stuff to update on, it'll be quite a contrast to my last video where I talked about all the trees that I've killed and that have died. Let me show you what I got going on now. My love for growing things have reawakened, and so I'm noodling around in the garden a lot more these days. But there's something I never shot a video of before. I have a volunteer. I think it's an Anna, because this apple tree, which died and collapsed, which I'm growing, and which I was using as a dragon fruit trellis, and still continuing to use as a dragon fruit trellis. Well, this is a volunteer from that apple tree, and it's already fruiting. This thing has been growing here secretly behind these rose bushes this whole time. And then all of a sudden, like last year, I was like, what the heck? I've got apples. So I got myself an apple tree. And it so happened I have this trellis here because I was going to grow a grapevine along this wall. But now I'm just using it to bend some of the branches down. Sort of, kind of like a little mini espalier, I suppose. So I'm going to train this tree. I'm not going to worry about how large it gets, because in 30 years' time, I'm not going to be around here anyways. But in the meanwhile, I have apples. This bed, I'm going to have to completely revamp, but I totally tore out. This thing was completely full of weeds. I tore most of them out, and I laid down a layer of the flower petals that I collect from my front yard. If you take a look at one of my videos, which says, I forgot, something about flower petals being the best mulch. So if you look for that video, you'll find me collecting bags and bags of this beautiful fallen flowers that are red. You could see them. Those are the flowers that I use as mulch on the top of all my newly planted trees. Oh yeah, let's say hello to my newly planted trees. This is a European hood pear tree. It's low chill requirements, 200-hour chill requirements. And this time I'm not going to just take it for granted and neglect it. I had a pear tree here which died because I never looked after it. I hardly ever watered it. I saw some video that says pear trees are basically indestructible. And if you happen to kill a pear tree, you shouldn't try your hand at gardening. Well, I killed that pear tree, and I'm starting again. I was able, when I was digging the hole, I unearthed a capped off sprinkler or a capped off pipe, and I was able to attach a new riser to it and put a bubbler here. So now I can have this tree on irrigation timer as well. So this is a hood pear tree that we've got here. The reason I chose pear is because, well, I enjoy pears. Also, this gets afternoon shade, and pear trees are able to function, on a couple hours of sunlight. So if they get shade, it's not a big deal. And this gets afternoon shade in this spot. And pear trees are also adaptable as far as soil conditions. So in case I get crazy with my sprinkler and I overwater it and it gets boggy, they aren't that susceptible to root rot in muddy, clay, boggy soil conditions. Okay, so we got the hood pear. And now here's the Carabao Philippine mango, the most popular mango tree here in Southern California as far as growing, because they adapt or they grow easily in Southern California climates. It is cold tolerant to about 30 degrees. It could take the higher pH of the soil, and it can also adapt to the salt in our water. So basically, the Carabao Philippine mango is easily grown here and adapts well. That's why people start off with a bunch of Carabaos in their yard, and then they do top work and they graft other cultivars onto it. And so if I want to, I can probably eventually either turn it into a different tree or graft on varieties that I'm interested in, which is like the fruit punch that I tried to grow in that mound over there, which still has a dead peach tree in its mound. So anyways, Carabao mango. And my tropical Barbados cherry tree is finally starting to flower. 5 years in the ground, never had any fruit. I've been hammering it with water, and I finally fertilized it for the first time. And so I got all kinds of growth coming along. I mean, I've been looking at other videos. They're like, oh yeah, this is my 2-year-old Barbados cherry shrub. And they're huge. And this is my 5-year-old Barbados cherry shrub, and it never went anywhere. And this year, since I've learned more about, I guess, correct soil, having the correct soil and being able to use as much water as you want, it really affects the growth rate of these trees. So I'm hammering these things with water. This mango tree I completely swapped out. I dug a pit, and I amended the soil with peat moss, decomposed granite, and native soil. So the sand is key for mangoes and avocados. And so I completely amended the soil and put the mango in, and I put it in the 1st of June. I actually shot a video, which I haven't uploaded. You'll probably see this video before you see the mango video. I might upload it, but it was just me basically swapping out the soil, installing the mango tree. And that was June 1st. So June 1st, I put in the mango. June 7th, I put in the avocado. That's right, I'm trying avocados again. This will be my 4th avocado tree. Got it shade protected right now because it went into transplant shock. I took this, it's a little Cado, it's a Wurtz little or baby Cado dwarf avocado. And it's a reputable grower. This is grown by Laverne, so it's a Laverne avocado tree. Laverne has a pretty good name around here as far as providers of avocados and other plants. But when I took it out of its pot, I completely removed all of the existing potting soil from the roots. And so it was a delicate operation, but anytime you do something like that, you're liable to send the plant or the tree into shock. And so it dropped all its leaves, and it's starting to recover now. I've got the shade cloth over it. The soil's been amended as well. I completely dug a pit, swapped out, added about a third of the decomposed granite, a third peat moss, and then a third native soil. And threw in some mycorrhiza, some worm castings. Did it in a raised mound, which you don't really see right here. And I've got a channel all around it that now I have a sprinkler head that will feed it. And so this is the perfect little area for a tree because it's completely surrounded and protected. It gets probably filtered morning sun, and around 11 o'clock it'll start getting the overhead sun, which is why I'm protecting it right now. But you know, later on it'll be getting full sun from 11 on till about 4 in the afternoon, and then it gets filtered shaded sun from these trees, and then it catches the last sun of the day, which sets over that roof, that area, and shines directly onto this plant, and the shade cloth doesn't really protect it at this point, but it gets late afternoon sun. So this is perfect for the little baby Cado. And so yeah, so I've got the avocado tree, I've got the mango tree, I've got the hood pear. I picked up another fig tree, which I repotted. This is a Black Mission fig tree. It probably has mites, or that discoloring is probably mites. But I'm going to treat it with some organic sprays designed to fight these mites and insects. I forgot the name of it. It starts with an F. An S. Spinosad or something like that. And I didn't document it, but my one existing plum tree used to be, okay, had this plum tree and 2 pluots, which died. And so I'm going to replace the pluot that was here with another pear tree, which is the same cultivar as this one that died. I mean peach tree. I had a peach tree here that died, which is a May Pride peach tree. Low chill hours, ripens in May. I've got it on my, I've already bought it. It's sitting on my deck right now, but I will be soon installing another pear tree here. And then I'm going to probably pick up a multi-grafted pluot just to have. I love pluots. I don't want to invest in a bunch of them again because they have pollination issues. The bees here don't really care for the pluot flowers, and they get attacked by grubs and beetles and all kinds of invasive creatures that just eat up the bark. But they've left my plum tree alone. But I might get a multi-grafted pluot and put it in here just so I'll have different varieties on one tree that can help pollinate each other. Because pluots are not self-fertile. They need another pluot or another plum tree to fertilize them or pollinize them. So, anything else I want to talk about? Ended up painting all my trees. This poor grapefruit tree is 30 years old and in decline. I think I'm just going to eventually lose it. I should just tear it out and put in another tree, but I mean, I waited till the original mandarin died, and then I pulled it out and replaced it with that satsuma, which isn't doing all that well. I'm not quite sure what the deficiencies are. I've been starting to use citrus food, citrus avocado mango food. I bought a bag of it, finally broke down, got the Miracle Grow stuff. I try to be organic and everything in my gardening, but things haven't been growing and flourishing as well. And using the fertilizer has made a huge difference in what's been going on. But I don't know what's going on with my Satsuma mandarin. The leaves are all kind of curled up and deformed, and it's discolored. The coloration is not as nice as it should be, but that's something to tackle. Blueberries are doing well. Repotted them, did a little pruning, and they're flushing out. Got figs going on in my what every time I want to say what variety my tree is, the minute it comes across for me to say something, I forget what they are. Violet de Bordeaux. Violet de Bordeaux. Blood orange. Only a couple blood oranges this year. Last year it had a lot more. I probably should have taken the fruit off. But there's a couple blood oranges right here growing. And my other crop, which actually went into early flower. And I'm going to have to harvest them a lot sooner than I planned to. But yeah, so this is a sort of haphazard summer update. July 14th, 2025. I hope you're all having a pleasant day. Take care, everybody.